Alright, so I'm going to do a review on my Rev'It two-piece mesh suit. I forget which model this one is. What model is this? This one is This one is let's see, Rev'It, made in Vietnam, jacket Tornado 2. So this is the Tornado 2 jacket and pants. I think this is one of the better mesh suit. They have several different models, lower end and upper end. I think this is the upper end one, near that, or it's the mid level one. This suit is normally, I think, retails for about $800. I got it for half price because the local shop here unfortunately went out of business earlier this year, so I got it for half price. It's a mesh, obviously a mesh, right, a mesh style jacket. The suit does not come with a back pad, so you have to buy that separately. So that's one thing I hate about these Rev'It. You know, Rev'It is a European company. I think it's from Dutch, and they're an upper end European brand. You know, just like Denisi from Italy. That's an upper you know, higher end brand. So Rev'It is a higher end brand, but it's still, they don't come with them pad here, and you have to buy that extra, and that's like $50 or something like that. So I wish they would just include it into the suit and just charge you a little more, you know. So I think that's kind of goofy. All right, so let's look at the suit. So this is the mesh suit. It also comes with a insulator inside, slash rain cover. Actually, I don't have it on me. It's not in here. It's actually it's in my living room. But let's talk about the outside part of it first. So it's all mesh. Well, not all mesh, but the front panels, they're mesh. Down here is the knee and shin. Down here is still mesh. Obviously the side, basically where Rev'It thinks there would be more abrasion, it has no mesh. So basically like the sides and, you know, and your knees, you know, shoulder, elbow area, places where you would have like abrasion and impact, you know, back to the shoulder and such. They made it so that way it's solid instead of mesh, because that mesh doesn't hold up very well, you know, if it slides. So let's look at the back side of the pants. Same thing, right? You know, you're sliding on your butt or whatever. When you wear in, it's solid. Here's the little grip things, so the way it grips the seat a little better, so you can slide around in the seat. But the rest of the back leg, see the rest of the back of the leg, it's all mesh. Right. So the pants has a little section here that could zip to the jacket. So it's just the back end that zips together. That works kind of okay. I would rather have have a zip more all the way around. So that way it's kind of like a two-piece, you know, two-piece one piece, right? Two-piece suit that's zipped together, so it's like a one piece. That would be a little bit better, but I think they did that for a little bit more comfort. When you zip the top and bottom together all the way around, it's unless it's a leather suit, it's not as comfortable, because fabric doesn't move around quite like leather does. Leather is a little bit more natural, because it's a natural material. It moves like real skin, right? Because it is real skin, where this stuff is not. So here are the pockets. The pockets they're not very deep, you know, they're kind of shallow, so that's my hand all the way in. So oops, god dang it, my hook just broke. Okay. Good thing I have some backup hooks. I bought some backup hooks. So anyways, so jacket, so this pants works pretty well. One thing about the pants that I don't like, and I've actually pretty recently I talked to a few people that don't necessarily have this brand, but they have, you know, some type of mesh suit, you know, from other brands, and they have the same problem that I have. Is that it seems like the thigh length right here, it's either a little bit too short, or it's the knee pad itself that's even though it's a soft type knee pad, it's actually not that soft. It's kind of like a semi-rigid almost. So as my knee is bent, the backside of the knee pad, it actually pushes against, basically my kneecap, and it bruises my kneecap. So I've been wearing this suit. I mean, I haven't had it that long. I only had it since February or so. So I haven't worn that much. But this past month, I've put 10,000 miles, about 10,000 miles, on this bike here that you see. And then the whole time I was wearing the suit. So there's little things about it that I found that was kind of annoying. And the most annoying was the knee pad. It would like rub on my freaking knees, and it would at the end of the day it would kind of hurt. And actually, both my kneecaps have little bruises on them because of the pads here. So they're not fully soft pads. There's like a semi-rigid pads, and unlike other pads that I've used in the past, where your body temperature as it warms up the pads, they soften up a little bit. These ones, even when your body temperature, it stays kind of rigid, so it doesn't really soften up. So it doesn't really conform. So other pads, as they warm up to your body temperature, they actually conform to the shape of your body. These pads don't. They kind of just stay whatever shape they are. So that gave my knees, my kneecaps bruises. So it got really annoying after a few days of riding. And it wasn't until like this, because I was basically more or less on the road for close to 10,000 miles, and it wasn't until the last 2,000 or 3,000 miles where my knees got used to the pads pushing on them, that they didn't feel like they were bruised anymore. But if you look at them, the bruising is there, but they didn't hurt anymore basically. Let's see, the pants, or how they made the pants on the bottom of the leg cuff. They made it so that way it's like a bell bottom for the pants, so that way it covers your boots. Goes around your boots. Instead of making a straight leg or a taper leg, those type of style won't fit around boots. So the bell bottom pants will fit around your boots. So that's nice of it. This here is sort of it's a sliding type button. So let's see. Let's try to do this one hand holding the camera. Kind of hard to do this with. Okay, there it goes. So basically, it's like so. And here, so this button here slides into this buckle. That's how it works. That's how that works. So they have this little tab where you hold this, and you can, to help tighten it instead of holding the pants itself. And you see it's getting all because this fabric here gets kind of caught up in this in the groove and stuff, so it kind of got chewed up. So I don't see this lasting very long. This piece here not lasting very long, so that could be an improvement. Maybe make it so that way a thicker material or something that's a little bit more rigid, so that way it doesn't just get hung up in there. Let's see. So this pants works pretty well, pretty comfortable. They have that little, like most riding pants, they have this little stretching part right here, so that way when you're sitting down, the back end here gets a little stretch, right? That's good. Have the waistband adjustments. That's all good there. So that's the pants. Let's move over to the top, the jacket. So here's the jacket. The jacket works pretty well. I don't think I have any complaints about the jacket. Oh yes, I do have one complaint. It's where the neck collar is. Once you put the neck collar on here, it kind of, this top of the collar here, it kind of digs into my neck, my chin, neck chin area right there. So maybe they could just kind of swoop it down a little bit more, so that way it doesn't dig in right there a little bit. So it just digs in a little bit. It's not that bad, but it's annoying, especially when you're not used to it. So the first week of riding, I wasn't used to it, and it was really annoying. But this past week, I still noticed it, but it wasn't quite as bad. It didn't feel like it was digging in anymore. The first week it felt like it was digging in, so that made it uncomfortable. So here's the zipper on the bottom that zips onto the pants. Right. The rest of it, this is it's all mesh, right? There's the inside zipper for like a wallet or something like that. zipper right here, and this side is well, this side doesn't have it. It's the insulator that has it. So yeah, so the top, everything on the top works really well. I didn't have any problems with the top, I don't think, as far as fitment or any other issues besides this collar here. On the back side of the collar, I wish the back side of the collar was actually a little bit longer up. You know, basically the back of my neck here, you know, between the helmet and the collar, there's a little space here, and of my neck, it's basically, it got sunburned. Actually, my whole neck all the way around actually got sunburned. So I wish this was a little bit higher up, just a little bit, maybe another ½ inch or so, or whatever. That would definitely help. One thing I like about Rev'It, especially the newer Rev'It gear, that they don't have too much advertisement. You know, you see some of the other brands like the Nissis, you know, the Italian brand. That's like they have their name all over the suit. That's just too much. You know, I'm not a freaking billboard for them. You know, if they want me to be a billboard, you better give me some free gear or something like that. So Rev'It just has a little bits on the side of here, on the shoulder, on the pants, on the side of the thigh. That's about it. And this is their symbol, the Rev'It symbol. That's whatever triangle. That's about it. So that's the top. All right. So let me bring out the insulator real quick. Let me go dig that out of my living room. I'll be back in a moment. Actually, I'll make a part 2.